Brett.
You're being a bigot.
Give me this one. This is a personal choice thing.
If a man wants to show you his knees.
No. I don't. That's non-consensual. I don't want to see knees. I'm very excited to read this letter because on the back, Diana says, in Mulan, the end, when the emperor puts his hat back on and says China, exactly like Trump mean.
China.
That's a strong start, and I'm really interested to see what she has to say. This is a pretty thick letter. I am stoked. Solid. I like to get letters. I used to love writing letters. I used to write letters to the editor. My goodness gracious. Oh my, there's money in here. Ooh, thank you. Oh my gosh. Dear Lydia, I know that you'd prefer staying in the background pushing buttons, but I hope you can be my voice even though I suspect you are on opposite sides of the issue. My mother had an illegal abortion. I don't miss the baby, but I do miss my mom. My mother could have carried that sign. Her 3 younger sisters would have happily taken turns. So the sign would have said, my mother had an illegal abortion. I don't miss the baby. I do miss my mom. People forget. We can't forget. Everyone bemoans the loss of 3 million, babies. But they look away from stories of abuse, neglect, outright savagery some people do to their, quote, children. We complain about the lack of fathers. What about when it's the lack of mothers? How many families is it okay to destroy for you to feel morally superior? 6, 10, 15, 3 million? These children are not wanted for whatever reason. It is more than sad. That's 3 million devastating decisions. Not your decision, her decision. Some people act like a woman should have superpowers to become pregnant whenever they want and then just change their minds, like I changed my socks. Really? I've known many women who had an abortion, myself included. None of them took it lightly. None of them ever wanted to do it again. You have a choice. Be glad, be very glad. Thank the woman who lobbied and protested to have a say in a medical decision. A safe medical decision, all caps underlined. Banning abortion will not save these babies. I promise. Every woman I've talked to, including myself, would have made the same decision in the same circumstances even if it was illegal, including myself. We have to face God with that on our souls. I will willingly go on my knees to beg his forgiveness and understanding and will accept his punishment. But then again, I'm alive to beg forgiveness, to try to make up for my failings as a human being. I have a husband and a daughter to live for. My sisters are alive even though their children are not. Life equals hope. Unless you are pro-life, then not so much. This is a very interesting letter. This took a lot of thought, very well written, and I appreciate it a lot. Why is it the only life that matters is the unborn? I have a good friend who has 2 boys, both pill babies. How many women know antibiotics cancel birth control? So does forgetting to be regular in administering so many individual reasons, including taking a condom. Oh my gosh, lots of details, including taking a condom and spermicide is enough if you don't want / can't have hormones. How many women fall for I'm infertile, chickenpox, seriously asking for a friend. My family story, why I'm pro-choice. Okay, so she goes through and she gives me her whole family history, which I really appreciate. A lot of thought went into this, and I do appreciate it. To be fair, I know that my stance on abortion is not very popular. Neither is my stance on whether women should vote. I have a lot of really hot takes, but all of my takes are based on things that I've observed. This is not just because I'm bigoted, I promise. I'm actually trying to make the world better. And I think that I am haunted by an article that I read from 2018 by a black man who wrote some of the details about how there are more babies aborted than born in New York City. That is soul crushing to me. And to me, it really sounds like they actually do want fewer black people. And we can see this based on the fact that a lot of Planned Parenthoods are in these low income neighborhoods for a reason. Like, you can look at the maps and it's pretty clear that they want these low income ladies to have access to abortion, which is understandable on some level, because if you're super poor, you're probably not going to be able to raise a child very well. But also a little bit disturbing, because if you want minorities to get abortions, what does that say about what you think about their role in the world? You want fewer of them, basically, at the end of the day. But I will say, I think it's entirely cultural, which means that I don't think there's a good solution to it because you can't change culture from the top down. It has to be from the bottom up. It has to be individual people who say, all right, I'm going to have a family. I'm going to get married. I'm going to try to do the right things, and I'm going to raise kids, and I'm going to teach them the same things I believe in the hopes that they will do the same things that I did, because I think I did those things right. That's my ultimate conclusion on abortion, is that I can't change it because I know that I'm not probably going to change anyone's mind. And like this lady's letter, I didn't change her mind, and that's okay. I understand. She also didn't change my mind. So it's very much an impasse. It's one of those issues that people are just not ever really going to even agree to disagree on. They will just continue arguing about it because I think that at the bottom of it, everyone understands that it's a big choice. Like, if it were just a medical procedure, like having a wart removed, you would feel no need to defend it. And it's like, all right, if you're going to tell me it's just a medical procedure, fine, treat it that way. You don't get bereavement days. You don't get to make a cake for it. You get to do it and be done and have absolutely no emotional context. There's nothing that you need to say more than that. It's just a short one-off thing that's not a big deal. But people know that that is a child and that they're getting rid of their own child, like their own progeny. I think it troubles people, and I think that there's a lot of guilt underlying the pro-choice movement, which makes me really sad, because I think that if we were doing the right things, we wouldn't feel so much guilt. There would be no natural guilt, and there wouldn't be such an argument over it. Anyway, this letter really sent me on a diatribe. To be fair, I feel like it's fairest to respond to a relatively long letter with a relatively long response. I didn't even get to the whole thing. I appreciate you sending this very much, Diana. I appreciate your input, and I appreciate what you have to say, but believe me when I say I have listened to all of the arguments. I've heard, I would say pretty much everything. Like, I know the numbers. I know what I'm talking about. And I'm not just saying this because I'm bigoted. And I'm not saying this because I want to hurt women. I don't want to hurt anyone. I would prefer everyone to be happy and whole and have families and be able to do whatever they choose to do. But I think that our culture is very sad and very sick. And that's why people think that abortion is necessary. But anyway, thank you very much for sending me your thoughts. I really appreciate them. They're very insightful. I'm going to read the whole thing, and I'll probably put it into my big notebook that I keep on my desk. Andy can attest to. I keep everything in there, especially everything that I want to say for a really long time. So I will put it in there, and I'll read it for sure. Now I'm going to open this box. Wow, that was really long. Sorry about that. This looks awesome. It is a huge box. I love getting packages in the mail. I'm going to phrase that really carefully.
What?
I love getting packages in the mail. Very specific. I'm not just going to say I love packages. It's
Love to get back.
Thank you, Brett, for understanding my joke. No good? Oh my gosh, a bunch of books. Oh my gosh.
Is it Blink 182?
Tales from Beneath Your Mom. Amazing. Thank you. I gotta figure out who sent this. Oh my gosh.
It's a bumpy ride.
I saw you wearing that shirt.
I love it. Yeah. My name is Rich. I'm 32 and I live in Rhode Island. I've been following Tim Cass for 3 years. Without giving you a novel to read about my life, I'll just say I've been studying and doing investigative research into the paranormal, conspiracy theories, thus Blink 182, because Tom DeLonge is big into aliens. In 2011, I had a pretty radical conversion to Christianity after several years of practicing spiritualism/occultism. Very cool. I'm sending you research I've done. The main thing I wanted you to look into is the Harbinger and the blood moon/solar eclipses. Though I'm not after any personal gain, I can only imagine the stories you guys have about the crazes that you don't share. P.S. Keep everything and share with everyone, but the Blink book is for you. Thank you so much. Oh my gosh, this is awesome. I'm going to share this with Ian because I really think that he would love this stuff too. This is wild and crazy. I don't recommend these names. I mean, I don't recognize them, so I don't recommend them. Steve Quayle, Thomas Horn. Okay, so
These are more like Art Bell, George Norrie,
Yeah, so Annie knows all this stuff for sure.
Alex Jones kind of stuff that we usually...
Interesting. What? Okay, this is crazy. I'm really excited to get into this. Okay, so we have unusual prophecies being fulfilled. Occult theocracy. Interesting. Lady Queenborough. Oh my, that is a very regal name. Occult theocracy 2. This box smells delightful. What did he put in here? That is
perfumed.
super cool. Yeah. Thomas Horn. Do you know who Thomas Horn is?
Sounds a little familiar.
Yeah, I never heard that name before. This is awesome. I'm really excited to get into this. Oh my gosh, there's like a file with stuff in it. Okay,
We
cool.
love books.
We love
What is
books.
all that?
This is cool. You want to learn about the occult with me?
It's like files.
Yes.
Oh, wow.
I am stoked. I feel like I'm on the X-Files, honestly. This is really
A
cool.
lot of like personal research.
Yeah, this is like a year's worth of work for somebody. This is so neat. Nervous system manipulation by electromagnetic fields from monitors. I am gonna have to tell Ian about this. This is awesome. Cool. All right. Well, I am excited to read this. Thank you so much, my man. I'm stoked. This is a lot to look through.
Wow.
All right. Andy's gonna help me with this. We're gonna get to the bottom of this. Thank you. Very much appreciate your fan mail. I want to hear it.
Fat Civic.
Rude. Fat Civic. Oh, poor Brett.
Oh,
They
Brett.
called him Brett.
That's
Fat.
been a nickname for a
He's
long
not
time.
fat.
Really?
Yeah.
He's
Were you
the
fat
fattest
before?
person
No.
ever.
No.
Look
It's
at
what I
that.
say anytime I'm eating something.
I've definitely been fatter than you for more of my life than you have.
Andy fluctuates.
I've
That's all
gotten
good.
a lot of comments about that on my skate edits.
I wanted to tell people that I'm very interested in looking into the questions that they send me. I was going to post something on my Instagram, but this is something I've been thinking about for a long time, and I really loved when our guest last night directed a question straight at me, and I actually had a chance to answer it. That's very unusual, and I was like, you know what? I want to make that a thing. So if you guys want to send me your questions, you can send them to me in the comments of the vlog or on my Instagram, and we will corral them all. And next time I'm on, I will answer a few of them for sure.
All right, Lydia, let everybody know.
On Monday, Andy and I are planning to and hope to tie the knot in the courthouse, but I was reading the thing and apparently you have to make an appointment. So hopefully I will be able to make an appointment for Monday. We will let you guys know what ends up happening, and we'll probably post pictures from that on our various social media accounts, but we're probably not gonna vlog it because it's kind of personal.
Okay.
Yeah, sound fair? Does that seem fair?
Sure.
Okay.
I didn't know that. Yeah.
Yeah, we're gonna vlog it.
How joyous.
How
news.
joyous
We
news.
might be able to.
Hopefully we can. We're gonna have Nick take pics anyway. We're gonna get our Nick pics for sure. Hashtag send Nick pics. What? Yeah? Good? Beautiful.
It's a Mexican standoff with all the cameras.
Isn't that racist with the Mexican standoff?
Is it?
No? No good? I don't know.